She was 22 years old, blonde hair with that signature teal streak, bright blue eyes, and a smile that lit up every frame of her Instagram. Gabby Petito was living the dream so many of us scroll past and envy. Quitting her job, converting a white Ford Transit van into a tiny home on wheels, and hitting the road with the love of her life, Brian Laundrie. They called it their van life adventure. For 4 months they documented everything: sunsets in Zion, coffee in Moab, slow dances under the stars. And then, on August 27, 2021, Gabby Petito disappeared. What happened in the weeks that followed turned a missing person case into one of the biggest true crime stories of the decade. This is the full, heartbreaking timeline, told minute by minute. If you're new here, welcome. Hit subscribe and the bell because we go deep on the cases that keep the internet up at night. Let's start at the beginning. Gabrielle Venora Petito was born on March 19, 1999, in Blue Point, Long Island, New York. Everyone called her Gabby. She grew up in a tight-knit family, the oldest of 6 kids, blended family. Her mom Nicole Schmidt and stepdad Jim described her as the kind of person who walked into a room and instantly made it brighter. Gabby was creative, she loved photography, graphic design, and dreamed of starting a travel blog. In high school she met Brian Laundrie. They started dating when she was 15 and he was 16. Friends said it was intense from the start, first love, inseparable. After graduation in 2017, Gabby worked odd jobs: pharmacy tech, smoothie bar, hostess. Brian worked at a gardening center and later as a store associate. They saved every penny for one thing: the van life trip. On July 2, 2021, Gabby and Brian left Blue Point, New York, in a 2012 white Ford Transit Connect they'd converted themselves. They named their Instagram at Van Life with Petito, later Gabby and Brian. Their plan: drive cross-country to the Pacific Northwest, hit every national park along the way, and be in Portland, Oregon, by Halloween to celebrate with friends. Gabby's very first post from the road was a photo of her standing on the van's roof in front of the Atlantic Ocean, arms wide open, caption, "Here we go." Over the next 6 weeks, the couple posted breathtaking content: Monument Valley at sunrise, Arches National Park, Canyonlands, Mystic Hot Springs in Utah. They released their one and only YouTube video on August 19 titled, Van Life, Beginning Our Van Life Journey. It now has over 12 million views. Everything looked perfect. But behind the scenes, cracks were starting to show. Gabby's mom Nicole later revealed that around late July, the daily FaceTime calls started getting shorter. Gabby sounded stressed. She was handling the entire social media side of the trip alone, editing, posting, responding to comments, while also navigating, cooking, cleaning. Brian, according to friends, was more laid back, sometimes too laid back. Texts from Gabby to her mom included phrases like, "Brian is getting frustrated," and "I'm sorry I've been distant." On August 10, Gabby FaceTimed her mom crying from a McDonald's in Salt Lake City. She said Brian didn't want her working on the blog anymore, he felt it was taking away from their experience. Nicole told her, "Just come home if it's too much." Gabby said she wanted to keep going. This is the moment everything changed, and the moment that would later haunt an entire police department. On August 12, around 4:30 p.m., someone driving on Highway 191 just outside Moab, Utah, called 911. They reported seeing a white van with Florida plates speeding and swerving. They said a man and woman were fighting outside the van, and the man slapped the woman. Moab City Police responded. Body cam footage, now seen by tens of millions, shows Officer Eric Pratt approaching the van. Gabby is visibly shaking, crying uncontrollably. Brian is calm, smiling, hands in pockets. Gabby tells officers that she and Brian had been arguing all day. She says she has OCD and anxiety, that she grabbed Brian's face during the argument, and that he grabbed her back. She repeatedly says, "I'm sorry, I'm the one who gets aggressive." Brian tells officers Gabby had a panic attack, that she hit him first, but he didn't want to press charges. Officers separate them. They notice small scratches on Brian's face and a mark on Gabby's cheek. Under Utah law at the time, domestic violence calls required a mandatory arrest unless officers could clearly determine a primary aggressor. The officers decided Gabby was the primary aggressor because she admitted hitting first. But instead of arresting her, they classified it as a mental health crisis and separated them for the night. Gabby kept the van and stayed at a hotel. Brian was taken to a domestic violence shelter. No charges were filed. The very last image of Gabby alive on public video is her walking into that hotel lobby, smiling nervously at the clerk. The next morning, August 13th, Brian took an Uber back to the van. They continued west. Over the next 11 days, Gabby made a handful of posts and stories: Great Sand Dunes, Zion, Bryce Canyon. Her final Instagram post was on August 25th, a series of photos in front of a butterfly mural in Ogden, Utah, captioned, "Happy Halloween." On August 27th, Gabby FaceTimed her mom. Nicole said Gabby sounded happy, said they were in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, planning to head to Yellowstone next. That was the last time anyone in her family ever heard her voice. That same day, Gabby texted her mom, "Can you help Stan? I just keep getting his voicemails and missed calls." Nicole was confused. Stan was Gabby's grandfather, she never called him Stan. Nicole replied asking if everything was okay. No response. The next day, August 28th, another text to Nicole, "No service in Yosemite." But they weren't anywhere near Yosemite. That text was never confirmed to be from Gabby. On August 29th, a TikToker named Miranda Baker posted a video saying she and her boyfriend picked up a hitchhiker in Calter Bay, Grand Teton, at 6:09 p.m. The hitchhiker said his name was Brian, that his fiancée Gabby was back at their van working on social media. He offered them $200 to drive him 10 minutes. When they mentioned they were going to Jackson Hole, he freaked out and demanded to be let out at Jackson Dam, even though it wasn't his destination. Miranda later realized it was Brian Laundrie. Meanwhile, on September 1st, Brian Laundrie flew home alone to Tampa, Florida, a fact later confirmed by his parents' attorney. He stayed in his childhood bedroom for a week, then flew back to Wyoming on September 7th, then returned to Florida permanently on September 11th, driving the van the entire way. Gabby was never seen again. On September 11, 2021, exactly 20 years after September 11th, the white Ford Transit was found abandoned at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area in Bridger Teton National Forest, Wyoming. Brian's parents had reported Gabby missing on their behalf that same evening. Nicole Schmidt called Suffolk County Police and said, "My daughter is missing and her fiancé came home without her in her van." The nation exploded. Within 24 hours #Gabby Petito was trending worldwide. TikTok sleuths, YouTubers, Instagram detectives, everyone was analyzing body cam, timeline, Instagram posts. Dog the Bounty Hunter showed up. Hundreds of volunteers descended on Wyoming. On September 19, 2021, hikers found human remains in the Spread Creek area. The next day the FBI confirmed, Gabby Petito, dead at 22. Cause of death, blunt force injuries to the head and strangulation. Manner, homicide. On September 13th, Brian Laundrie told his parents he was going for a hike in the Carlton Reserve, a 25,000-acre swamp in Sarasota County, Florida. He never came home. His parents waited 4 days before reporting him missing on September 17th. A nationwide manhunt began. The internet turned on Brian's parents, Rose and Chris Laundrie, accusing them of helping him flee. Protesters camped outside their house. On October 20, 2021, search teams found partial remains in the Carlton Reserve. Dental records confirmed, Brian Christopher Laundrie, dead at 23. Cause, self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Next to his body, a notebook. In it, Brian wrote that he had killed Gabby during a tragic accident after she injured herself in a fall, and that he ended her suffering out of mercy. He claimed he couldn't live without her. Investigators and Gabby's family rejected the mercy-killing story entirely. The notebook was too water-damaged for full recovery. Brian also wrote a letter to his parents asking them to please cremate me. Gabby's family sued the Laundrie family and their attorney Stephen Bertolino for intentional infliction of emotional distress, claiming they knew Gabby was dead while issuing statements hoping she'd be found safe. That lawsuit was settled confidentially in 2024. Gabby's parents also won a $3 million wrongful death settlement against Brian Laundrie's estate in 2023. Most importantly, they sued the Moab City Police Department. In January 2024, Moab settled for $3 million as well, admitting officers made critical mistakes during the August 12 stop. The Petito-Schmidt family started the Gabby Petito Foundation to help victims of domestic violence and missing persons. If you're watching this and feeling angry, heartbroken, or just stunned, drop a comment below. What moment in this timeline hit you the hardest? The Moab body cam? The Stan text? Or Brian coming home alone? I read every single comment. And if this is your first video on the channel, welcome and make sure to subscribe. Gabby's case wasn't the first domestic homicide, but it was the first to unfold in real time on social media. It exposed how van life influencers often hide the dark side: isolation, no escape, one partner controlling the finances and the keys. It forced police departments nationwide to retrain on domestic violence calls. It showed the power and danger of internet sleuths. And it left us with so many haunting questions. Did the Moab stop cost Gabby her life? Could Brian have been stopped earlier? Why did his parents wait so long to report him missing? Gabby's family doesn't want her remembered only as a victim. They want you to remember the girl who collected crystals, who drew intricate mandalas, who dreamed of saving enough money to buy land and open an organic farm. They want you to remember her laugh, her kindness, the way she called her little brothers her best friends. Every year on her birthday, March 19th, they release butterflies. They've turned their pain into purpose. 4 years later, in 2025, Gabby Petito's name still trends regularly. Her story is taught in criminology classes. Her face is on domestic violence awareness posters. And her teal-streaked hair has become a symbol: if you see something, say something. Gabby deserved to see the Pacific Ocean. She deserved to come home. Rest in peace, beautiful girl. Thank you for watching this very difficult story with me. If it affected you, give the video a thumbs up. It tells YouTube to show it to more people who need to hear it. What case should we cover next? Let me know below. Stay aware, stay kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next one.